Welcome to my first stream. My name's Paulo, and you're aboard the Astral Express. Let's see how this goes. I'm so excited. I have about 30 polls. I'm near pity, but I am on a 50-50, so let's see how this goes. I'm really hoping we get Eva. Okay, that was loud and echoey. At least to me. But yeah. Let's collect our maintenance premiums. Bye. Oh, okay. Let me fix that then. How's that? Even testing. Alrighty. Still quiet. Really? What is going on? How is that? Hello. Testing. Maybe I just have my noise gate. Okay. Maybe my noise. Oh, okay. Let's turn that off. Let's. Hello. Uh, hello. Work. Hello. Okay. Maybe. How are we doing? Is this any better? Uh, Oh, awesome. Yeah, Sophia, it does look cool. Alrighty. Thanks for sticking by for the technical issues. And let's see. I'm nervous. Oh, wait, I think that means new character. Because there's a bit of a lag. Which means I might have just gone Aoife. I hope I got Aoife. But I'm scared. Let's see. Oh, we got his bestie. Not him though. I'm so gonna, because you never know, maybe a double 4-star. Yep, there he is. Heck yeah. Oh, I love him. He he's a certified yapper. Can you hear the game audio? I love Eva. That was actually a really good temple. Alrighty, let's see a Scopier. I hope. Oh, that's. Oh, I think that's 80. No, is that 60 something? Another Auroron. Okay, something's weird. I think this puts me at pity. Who really need to win that 50-50. Because I was at the 13th page, so just under. So this will put me just under 85. Okay, there we are. Oh, I I love her. Oh, sassy. Also, I'm so glad I got her. I did not have the primos if I lost that 50-50. Can I maybe get a double? I'm in a little greedy. Ooh, Auroron. I might have them C6 that. Took basically every primo gem I had, but she's home. Heck yeah. Okay. Let's get these two out. I actually really don't know what she does. Oh, Hush Paimon. I'm gonna have to do that at some point. I need to get these because they're new. Everything else I more or less have pre-farmed. Of course, it's like on some remote island over here. All right, I'm gonna do the trial first. She's so cool. Tapped elemental skill will follow the current character, deal cryo damage. Her burst will restore HP and deal cryo damage. She can also decrease the hydro and cryo res of opponents. The more party members of the relevant elemental types she has, the greater the effect. So, like, I think basically a cryo Chevreuse. This is definitely an interesting team. I, it's weird that they gave her physical. on her team. But, alright. Because Hydra and Cryo Res. But the only DPS I'm seeing here is well, Fremy, but he's Fizz mostly. I guess if you do a scale. Oh, that was so clean. I love her animations. Yeah, she's quite powerful. Uh, uh, okay. Hi. All right. All right, let's see what he does. Although, I don't know. Oh yeah, she is quite fun. Can't wait to see what he does. All right. That's not who I wanted. I know what Navi does. All right. Oh. Okay. Weird. This is a lot, like, easier to navigate than Chaska's. How do I get off? Okay. Whoa. Okay. He reminds me a lot of Mizuki, which ironically I don't have. But still. I love the guns. All right. I think I kind of get the gist of him. Seems like he's supposed to be like an on-field animo driver for off-field units. I think I saw some healing in there too. If I had to guess, probably would put him on scroll. Vivi. That also makes sense. I think you probably do either. Depends if you want to buff Oh, because it's 40 res spread, but it's 36 elemental damage bonus. I guess it would depend if you have another Natling character on the team, what you'd want for him. Let's try something real quick. All right, maybe. So they're both support. She's more of a sub DPS. Yeah, I'd probably give her the Fav Lance. There's a few options you could do here. Probably not. Yeah. Hmm. Let me think. Melith could work because it does increase attack. You could probably also go for Golden Trope. You could go in standard Noblesse build. I think I'm gonna go for Golden Trope. What does she ascend with? Let me just check this real quick. Alright, she ascends the crit rate. Probably could get away with either crit rate or crit damage circlet. I'm gonna see what else I got. I don't really want to take from either of these two. Probably the best we got. Let's see about feathers. Could level either of these. What's this one? It's first in the lineup, so should be good. Alrighty. Do we got any cryo damage or anything? Metro HP, Geo HP. So no, that's gonna be the off field or off base. Let's see what this crit rate circulate. 55, 140. It'll go up as we ascend, so I think we're probably gonna go with that. If we can get some crit rate on a cryo goblet. Although truth of the matter is my cryo goblets are awful. Cryo crit damage. This one has attack. So this is probably a bit better. 63, 151. Not the best ratio, but a little hard to. Maybe we'll get lucky and get something off standard banner. Yeah. Okay. See if we can't go over there. I have a day's worth of resin. You could probably get her up to like 60 or 70. And this is probably not the team I should use for A boss. That sounds like asking for trouble. Trouble. Alrighty. I don't really know what the boss needs. I'm just gonna go with Nuvalet. I think you really can't go wrong with him. She should work here. She's a healer, and she wants Hydro and Cryo. So I think this should be a good team for her. Only one way to find out. Plus, with Fern, I can actually get across the sea. So there's probably like a bridge or something. Only one way to find out, though. Maybe that's what that dragon's there for. I know that's how we got across the island last time. Or the other island, that is. Oh, we're just gonna swim across with those. That works too. I don't really know what the bird or the boss for Escoffier needs. I'm hoping it's a pretty simple fight. I think I see the boss. Or at least a structure or something. I probably shouldn't ignore these. Running out of stamina wouldn't be good. Alright. Alright, let's see what this boss does. Ooh. Been interesting looking. I'm very grateful that we don't have to wait for it to respawn. Escoffier will be hard carrying. God, I love Nuvalet. Oh, this boss is easy. Okay. Um, cool. I take back my words. Just pretend that Sea Lolly never died. It's fine. Oh, Escoffier also died. Okay. Okay. We're gonna do something we never do. Jesus Christ. Okay. I wasn't expecting to be like soloed like that. That's evil. How the heck? It's going so good at first. And then I just got obliterated. Okay, we're gonna go to a statue. There. Maybe we'll do the shield first. Really tears through Silali's shield. I'm surprised she already has 12k HP. Think it stopped attacking? Oh, hush. Yeah, it's a bit of a skill issue, but still. It's a new boss, okay? You will probably see a lot more skill issues throughout this stream, but that's okay. Like that is a skill issue. Should be taking her level by level until we can't. She has already a pretty high base stats. I assume it's her skill and burst. Not really using any NAs. The next level we need to do. I think it's 2 runs? No, just 1 more run. Awesome. It'll be a little less of a skill issue this time. Hopefully. She's doing alright damage for her level. It's nothing amazing, but it's not awful either. Okay, this is level 60. I'll be able to at least get her to level 70. Probably not much further, unfortunately. Yep. And I hope I'll keep shredding it. I kind of got it down now. Just took me a minute to kind of learn the boss's pattern. Oh, 37k? Okay. Escafe is doing actually some really surprising damage here. Probably shouldn't have done my Farina burst there. Yeah, I will do her story quest in a little. It only gives 6 drops, which is like 2 runs or less. It still probably won't be enough, unfortunately. Because from this, I'll have 9. Unless I get lucky, then I might have 10. And then that'd be only 16. And I need 20 to get her from to 80. Well, 8 this time and 12 next time. For Ascension. It does give her enough to level 60, but for level 60, you only need 6 boss drops. It kind of scales with level. So it goes 6, then 8. Well, I think it technically goes 2, 4, 6, 8. It's a grand total of here, let me show you. Because like the 6 would just be enough to get this 2 and this 4. And that would get you to 60. But then you need 8 for this, which is more than both of these combined. And then you need 12. So it's definitely helpful, but it's not like the most beneficial. Well, the 6 will be semi-helpful. Because 6 is still half of like the next level up. Which is good. There's 9. So we can at least get her to 70. Which this 60 Ascension does give her a new passive. So this is what does the Red Shred. Alright. So we should be seeing the team doing more damage. I've already spent like 1 million more on leveling her. That's crazy. Really a bad idea, but we'll just ignore that. We're already seeing about 3k more out of Escoffier for this. Oh, a 54 from Nouvelette. We're definitely seeing higher damage for this. It is literally crazy. If I can do one more run at some point. This is not all recommended. If I can get 100 primos and come back, then maybe I can get enough to... How many am I at? Yeah. We'll ignore that for now. Oh, I just need 20 more. Alright, I guess I'm going to do the Navia trial. And then doing her story quest will have enough. I hope next batch of characters is completely pre-farm removable. Would have loved to pre-farm them, but you win some, you lose some. I love Navia so much. All right. Now we're gonna do something even more crazy. There, now I can do 2 more rounds. Yeah, it really is. I take it for granted when we can pre-farm them. Especially hard when we get like new nations, because you can never pre-farm them. Not even like their talent books or anything. Maybe. These artifacts have not been great. I'll do this one. Which means we should be able to 80 her tonight if we do her story quest. Well, I'm not sure if I should do her story quest or the Archon quest first. If it actually like level Escoffier, this is a lot easier. Okay. Story quest and Archon quest? Sure thing. A lot easier when I don't have to decide. I'll take it. This should be interesting. I really hope these aren't like silent. Incognito Navia. Yeah, that's true. Story quests still take about 45 minutes, I think. I think you're coming on a bit strong there. Oh, you can't? Okay, that's probably a bit loud. How about that? Maybe a bit more like that. I don't know. That's about my voice according to OBS. No, I'm still muted. What? I can't hear it. Can you hear it now? I have it all the way up on OBS. So don't know. It's all the way on OBS. It should not be the game. Because I can hear it's a game. Hmm. See. It's just gonna be a long night. Huh. I'm a little unsure what to do here. Um, okay, I'm gonna get through this cutscene. Yeah, that's true. Just not sure why you can't hear it. Oh, I'm stupid. You might be able to hear it now.
Wow! What a horrible person!
Sorry. Looks like I've dragged you into some drama again. Her name is Savannah. She's the new head chef at Hotel de Boer.
Awesome, yeah. I had it on monitor only, not output. Oopsie daisy. Alright. Cool.
Ever since she took the job, she's been enforcing a brutal work regime and putting a huge amount of pressure on her staff. One guy was so overworked, he collapsed from illness. He's been bedridden for days, and he can barely even talk properly.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's all my fault. I don't deserve to be a chef.
At his family's request, the Spina di Rosula is trying to mediate on his behalf. We're not exactly making a ton of progress, as you saw. Savannah is adamant that Vermont's exhaustion and illness have nothing to do with her or how she's been running her kitchen. She's refusing to have any kind of meaningful dialogue with us. Our next thought was to talk to the other chefs at the restaurant and get a better idea of their working conditions. But with Savannah watching them like a hawk, no one has been willing to open up. And that's why I'm here, doing it the old-fashioned way. Camping out, watching, and waiting for an opportunity.
Oh, shoot! It all makes sense now. Sorry. Paimon should have thunk before she spoke. Did Paimon ruin everything?
No offense, Paimon, but don't you always?
Not at all, Paimon. Honestly, the way she was laying into Monica, someone had to step in. I'm sure I would have piped up if you hadn't.
Alright.
And besides, I don't really think I'm built for espionage.
Sounds like a you issue, Nadia. Always be prepared for espionage.
Yeah, meaning it's gonna be all the more difficult to get the inside scoop now. Oh, I might as well head back to the Fleuve Cendre then. We'll need to come up with a whole new game plan.
Paimon will join you, 'cause this is kinda all Paimon's fault.
Guys, it's fine.
Exactly, Paimon
You
ruins
don't need
everything.
to worry about it. That said, if you were planning to visit the Fleuve Cendre anyway, let me take you out for a meal. I'll make sure it's a proper feast. A really famous chef just joined the Spina di Rosula's tavern. Her name
is Escoffier.
Sorry to interrupt. I just wanted to apologize for the scene you witnessed just now.
Oh, it's
Well,
fine.
we should. This is a small token from us. It's some candy from Monica. She asked me to make sure it was delivered into your hands.
Monica's the one apologizing? Huh. Clearly Savannah is the one who owes an apology.
Our head chef has been a little highly strung lately. Sorry for everything.
That's just kind of chef's art, to be fair.
Alright. Since there's candy, Paimon will drop it. Not the candy.
Thank you for understanding. We'll make sure to pass your feedback on to Miss Savannah.
A little highly strung, huh?
Just a little.
Paimon doesn't get it. How did someone like her even become head chef?
Well, according to Fermat's family, she hasn't always been like this. But that's a story for another time. Let's try this candy.
If you've ever met a real chef, they're just like that. Especially if you've worked under them. Crazy. Especially a French chef.
Paimon totally gets it. Come on, dig in! Huh? Hold on, there's something written on the wrapper. Find Escoffier.
That's a message I can get behind. I believe I already found her, though. Quest is currently involved in... Don't tell me I have to do another quest. Please. Thank God for focus experience mode.
No recipe, no problem. Ha!
It's so cool. I love that her tail just kind of moves on its own. Like it grabs the arm. That's so cool. If you're Sandra. Ooh. I haven't been down here in forever.
So, who is this Escoffier anyway?
Well, for starters, she used to be the head chef at the Hotel de Boer before
Talk about
Savannah.
downgrade.
She
Going
recreated
from
the
head chef
legendary
to
Gâteau
a
de
sewer
Boer
chef.
and restored the restaurant back to its former glory. Safe to say, she's the most renowned head chef in the Hotel de Boer's history, after the culinary genius Modeste himself.
Gâteau de
I have
Boer.
no clue who
That's the
Modeste is.
super exclusive cake that they only sell a few slices a day, right? Wow. Why the heck would she let Savannah take her place?
Well, apparently, the Hotel de Boer was reported for a safety incident. Someone claims that the kitchen was adding an illegal substance to their menu. But none of the
What
chefs
kind of
had
illegal
any idea how it
substance?
could have gotten into the food. In the end, Escoffier decided that as head chef, she should take
That's a little
responsibility.
sus.
And she was sent to the fortress of Meripede.
The fortress
She went to
of
jail.
Meripede?
Okay, what kind of substance are we talking about here?
Well, you're right. The quantity of the substance they found was fairly minimal. Even the guards believed the whole thing was probably just an accident. Escoffier didn't have to stay in the fortress for long, but still, by the time she returned, the role of head chef had already passed to Savannah.
So that's what happened. Paimon still thinks it's really unfair.
That might be the first intelligent thing you've ever said, Paimon.
Even though Escoffier is no longer head chef at the hotel, she's still well respected by the staff. So, I'm guessing what Monica wants is for us to convince Escoffier to try and negotiate with Savannah on the staff's behalf.
Oh, Paimon gets it! Monica wants Escoffier to come back and kick Savannah out. It's simple. If the new head chef is stressing everyone out, then the solution is just get the old one back.
Well, about that.
You thought cream of mushroom soup was ready to serve after 3.5 minutes on the stove. You'd have had more sense serving hot water with ice cubes. At least then you wouldn't have wasted all this perfectly good cream and mushroom. What do you say, Hilaire?
I'm sorry, Cream. I'm sorry, Mushroom.
As you can see, Escoffier is that kind of chef as well.
The French chefs, they're all like that.
You have to leave it on the heat for long enough to allow those flavors the chance to
Although I
come
love
out.
her so much.
Don't be fooled by the aroma when
Giving
the water
Gordon
first
Ramsay.
starts to boil. Got
But
it?
that's not a bad thing.
Yes, Chef.
Then go back and do it again. The customers are still waiting. Remember where you went wrong and don't repeat the same mistake twice.
Yes, Chef.
Yes, chef. Trauma flashback.
Excuse us,
Wait, what?
Waiting to be served? Sorry, we're pretty busy. I'm afraid you have to join the line.
Oh, no, we're not here to eat.
So you're not paying customers? Then I'm afraid the wait will be even longer.
It's hard to talk to Escoffier when she's in the zone.
I
Let's
get
take
that,
a
yeah.
seat. We can catch up while we wait.
Yeah.
Looks like the rush hour is finally over. Is it always this busy here?
These days, yes. I'd say business has tripled since Escoffier joined as temporary head chef.
Only temporary? I think she should be the main head chef.
Well, in her words, the Hotel de Boer doesn't need her anymore. It doesn't look like she's got any plans to go back.
I guess I'll be heading off then.
Wait, take these home with you. We can't serve them now, and there's no sense in letting them go to waste.
Oh, thank you, Chef.
For what? Like I said, I just don't want them going to waste. Oh, and tell Fiamma to get well soon, so you're not running yourself ragged every single shift.
Okay. Very passionate.
Firmo. That's
Firmo.
the second time we've heard that name. Who is that again?
He's the chef that fell ill from stress. Hilaire is his son. And with Mom stuck at home taking care of Dad, he decided to pick up some work to help pay the bills. Escoffier knows their situation, so she's been making some extra food every day for him to take home.
Hey, I heard that, Navia! I've told you before, no one's making extra food. Hilaire is making blunders in the kitchen, and I can't serve his failed dishes, so he might as well take them home.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, failed dishes that just so happen to be nutritionally complete every single time.
So you two must be the world-famous traveler and his companion, Paimon. Yes?
Something
Is
like
there
that.
something I can help you with?
Oh, so you know us already. We'll skip the introduction then. We're here to talk about Savannah.
Oh, I certainly am. The Spina's headquarters are right next to the tavern. And I've lost count of the number of times Navia's come to pester me
That's
about
Navia
it.
for you. We love her, though.
But I don't work for the Hotel de Boer anymore. And being ex-head chef doesn't give me the right to interfere with that business.
I don't know. You should go for it, girl.
Besides, I'm the one who persuaded Savannah to take the job in the first place.
What?
Well, she was a much gentler person back then. A little timid, even. She wasn't at all confident that she was the right fit for the role.
That's hard to believe. Are we definitely talking about the same Savannah here?
Honestly, I do wonder if she's just emulating me. I mean, I'm not the most pleasant head chef to be around either.
Maybe.
Anyway,
It's
suffice
really
to
she's
say that
self-aware.
given the history
We love
between
it.
us, it'll be tricky for me to tell
We
her
love a
she's doing
self-aware
her
queen.
job wrong without coming across like a huge hypocrite. Fiamar and the others probably think that Savannah gets it all from me.
She probably does.
I wouldn't be so sure about that, Escoffier. Look at this note we got from Monica.
She mentioned me.
Whatever shortcomings you feel you have, it looks like Monica still trusts you. As for the others, well, how can you know what they think unless you ask them?
Monica.
Plus, it's not like we're asking you to storm in there and raise hell. We're only in the initial phase of our investigation. All we're trying to do is get the other chefs to open up to us.
Oh, Monica. Oh, Monica.
Escoffier?
I can't believe her. Powdered sugar is supposed to be applied sparingly. Look at all that on the wrapper. It's thicker than the sole of my shoe. Unbelievable. I won't stand for this. She has to learn.
My God,
Come
I love
on,
Escoffier.
we're going.
She's so sassy.
So now she's,
Let's go catch up to her. We don't want to keep her with.
Yeah, probably a good idea, Navia. She doesn't seem the patient type. Turn to Hotel de Boer. I don't know what this says. Oh, it's just... Alright. If I can just teleport to the hotel. Oh, Hotel de Boer.
Wait, she looks like... Is that a Escoffier?
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
She is running.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I messed up your order.
Oh, I wouldn't go that far. Maybe the taste is a little off, but if you hadn't brought it up, I don't think I would have noticed.
But, please, you have to forgive me or Chef is gonna... Okay, I know. I'll kneel before you.
What the heck?
Get up, Monica. Can't you see that you're just making your customer feel more awkward?
Escoffier?
If you want forgiveness, then do what any self-respecting chef would do. Make the dish again. And this time, get it right. You cannot go begging your customers to feel sorry for you.
Savannah said that I'm not allowed back in the kitchen until I've corrected my mistake. But if I can't go back into the kitchen, I can't do the dish over.
That's the first.
that's some backwards logic. How can you fix your mistake without being allowed to cook? If this is what Fermat had to put up with, then no wonder he had a breakdown.
We apologize for
Damn,
interrupting
Paimon.
your meal, sir.
That's evil.
It's fine. With my layman's palate, it's not like I can tell the difference anyway. I was actually quite enjoying my meal until she appeared out of nowhere and started apologizing. Gave me a bit of a fright, to be honest.
Oh.
Oh, well, it's because Chef Savannah tasted a bit of the leftover soup from my pot and then threw me out of the kitchen.
Gosh,
harsh.
that's pretty strict. Has she always been that way? I don't recall things being like this when Escoffier was head chef here. I gotta say, you're all looking a little worse for wear these days.
I mean,
Blunt.
Escoffier was strict too.
I appreciate it though.
I think the difference is that her criticism was more constructive, so you knew what you did wrong and how to improve, and we all knew that it came from a good place. Chef Escoffier was hard on us because she truly wanted us to reach her level. But these days, whenever we make a mistake, we just get told to wake up, get your head in the game, or just do it again. And it's only gotten worse since word got out that Chef Escoffier had started working again in the Fleuve Cendre.
Monica, you don't need to call me chef. I'm not the boss here anymore.
Yeah, but
You're still
through
a
no
chef.
fault of your own. What happened back then? That wasn't on you, and all of us know that. That banquet was a huge event, and so many staff were involved every step of the way. With so many moving parts, there's no way of knowing how that Lumiline ended up in the food we served.
What is Lumiline?
Lumiline? What's that?
A new drug from the Fontaine Research Institute, produced from an extract of the Lumitoile. Apparently it sharpens the senses, so they used it to treat people with impaired responses to stimuli.
Oh, yeah, I've heard about that. They found out you can use it as a flavor enhancer since it stimulates the taste buds. Makes things pretty addictive.
Oh.
They also found that overuse can have mood-altering effects, and even lead to nerve damage. So
That's
it
not
quickly
good.
ended up on the guard's list of controlled substances. Unfortunately, however, some food products containing the additive had already made it to the market by the time the guards banned it from the restaurant industry.
Everyone knows that in all likelihood, someone probably just purchased a batch of contaminated ingredients by mistake. But
Contaminated
you
drugs.
took all the blame.
Or
We
not
all
drugs.
know why. You just didn't want to
Contaminated
see this
food.
turn into a place where tensions are constantly running high. Because everyone's suspicious of each other all the time. And now look at you. A fry chef in the Fleuve Cendre.
What are you trying to say?
Something.
Sure, the Spina's Tavern is no Hotel de Boer, but come on. It's not that bad, is it?
Someone's a little butthurt.
The Fleuve Cendre, you say? Great. That's where I'm downing from now on.
Monica, I'm very happy with my current job. And there's no changing the past. We just have to let bygones be bygones.
Should
Besides,
steal their
at the end of
revenue.
the day, I was the head chef, regardless of whose mistake it was. Ultimately, the responsibility lay with me.
If only Savannah was half the boss you were.
I'm sorry? Do you have a problem with my conduct as head chef?
Sitting out in the open was crazy.
No, chef.
So, you do remember who's boss? Escoffier? I thought you'd left this place for good. What are you doing back here?
What happened to you, Savannah? Why are you acting like this? When I
She'll
turned
have
this
the
place
Aussie
over to you,
accent. I think.
You made me the head chef.
I could be wrong.
Give up your right to tell me how to do my job. You're not the boss here anymore. So stop acting like you own the place.
Ouch.
Oh. Sounds like someone has a chip on her shoulder.
Oh, Savannah! My God, have you grown a temper since I last saw you?
She didn't
Have
whoop
you
her.
put even half the amount of energy into improving your cooking skills, or are you still using the Pluie Lotus as an off-brand marcotte, thinking no one can tell the difference?
That's none of your business.
What happened to not storming in and raising hell?
Ho ho! I was not expecting to see something this spicy as soon as Escoffier returned.
Huh? Fan Asian?
Aye, miladies. Might I make a humble suggestion? Given that we have ourselves a tête-à-tête between chefs at the Hôtel de Bord, I dare say it would be de rigueur to settle this the traditional way.
The traditional way?
Are we gonna have a
That can only mean one thing.
we're gonna have a food competition? As if so let me get this right. We have two chefs, Escoffier and Shangling. And they're both polearms, both offfielders, and their story quests are both cooking battles? Okay, Oreo.
That's right.
I see you.
I'm talking, of course, about the tradition established by Modeste himself. The cooking contest!
According to legend, the founders of Hotel de Boer, Modeste and Savelli, used this method to resolve all of their disputes. Everything from petty arguments over next week's menu to disagreements over the strategic direction of the restaurant. The cooking contest would decide who had the final say.
Huh. Sounds like they had a lot of free time on their hands.
Well, it might sound that way to us. But in fact, the cooking contest played an enormous role in motivating chefs to hone their skills, reaching new heights of excellence in the culinary arts. And indeed, the reintroduction of this institution in recent years has surely been instrumental in transforming the Hotel de Boer into the top-ranking restaurant in Fontaine.
Reintroduction? Someone brought it back? Who?
I think it's our girl.
What say you, Escoffier? Surely you of all people won't back down from this challenge. It would...
Sure, I reinstated it, but I'm not a chef at Hotel de Boer anymore. Isn't this bending the rules a little?
I see no issue as long as both sides agree to the terms. We could simply treat it as an exhibition of sorts. Savannah, any objections?
Exhibition. Huh. No. If we're going to battle it out, let's put it all on the line. If I lose, it's up to you what happens to me.
I don't want anything to happen to you.
But if you lose, you hand over the Codex de Boer to me.
That's a bit dramatic.
The Codex de Boer?
That's a bit dramatic. But that's okay. Maybe we... Okay. Hmm. Oh. Wait. Okay. Whatever. That'll have to work.
Only the legendary handbook written by the original head chef Modeste. It contains all his secret recipes, including Gâteau de Boer. It's the greatest treasure in Fontaine's culinary world, and only the present and former head chefs of the Hotel de Boer have the right to read it.
Present and former? Wait, but that already includes Savannah, though.
What do you want that old thing for? You have your own copy, don't you?
Don't take me for a fool. You know perfectly well what I mean. I want your copy, the original version, the one you took with you when you left us.
Oh, that's crazy.
I'm sorry, I must be missing something. You know, there's no difference between the original and the copyright. They contain the exact same recipes.
Stop trying to change the topic. What's wrong, Escoffier? Scared you're gonna lose to me? Or are you scared of me getting my hands on the original codex?
Savannah, you may remember that we gave her the original as a parting gift to thank Escoffier for her years of service. As asking for it back feels a little,
Tacky.
Oh, I'm sure it won't be an issue, as long as both sides agree to the terms. Those were your words, weren't they? And as for the contest itself, let's make it a bake-off. Gâteau de boar, per the recipe in the codex. Well, Escoffier, you against me. Are you in or out?
You sound surprisingly confident. All right, then. Let's see how much you've actually grown. I hope you surprise me, Savannah. I'd hate to find out that all you've learned after this long is how to chew people's heads off.
Spicy.
Believe me, I'll show you.
That sounds like a murder threat. Girl, I'm gonna need you to calm down.
Are you sure this is a good idea? You accepted her terms a little hastily.
Oh, it'll be fine. Let's head back to the Fleuve Cendre so I can get prepping.
The Fleuve Cendre. That's so fun to say. No doubt she's gonna be the one who wins. Although, the other girl's probably gonna try to shoot.
So, this whole bake-off thing kind of came out of nowhere. Was it really sensible to just go along with it?
Well, I got a sense that she's holding something back. But we chefs always express ourselves in our cooking. So if she won't talk, this might be the best way to find out what's really going on with her.
Huh? Holding back? Sure didn't sound that way to Paimon.
Escoffier only picked up on it because she's the same way. Always closed off, never letting you know what she really thinks.
That's patently false, at least where your macarons are concerned. I've been nothing but truthful with you about the disgraceful amount of sugar you use.
Okay, that's
Ouch.
one case where you can keep your thoughts to yourself.
Oh, that? Well, it's not so much a recipe, but back in the day, he and his good friend Savelli explored far and wide. Partly adventuring, partly looking for new ingredients and developing new recipes. Their creations, for instance, legend has it that the original Gâteau de boar was made using a special secret ingredient that Modeste discovered on one of his adventures. So rare was the ingredient that they could never make more than 16 slices of the cake per day. But everyone who tried it claimed that it was one of the most blissful and invigorating things they had ever tasted.
Sounds like more
Modeste
drugs.
and Savelli went on to found the original
like,
Hotel de Boer,
Who knows?
which catapulted them to stardom in Fontaine's culinary world. Especially Modeste. He was hailed as a once-in-a-generation genius. And over time, the recipes from his adventure log became known as the Codex de Boer.
Ah, Paimon's heard this kind of story before. Armed with the Codex, the Hotel de Boer took its rightful place as the finest restaurant in the land, serving those recipes for centuries to come.
I think she should have been Catalyst.
Something like that?
And her like signature
What?
should have been the
No, of course
Codex
not.
du Bois.
Cooking is a constantly evolving art form. How could any restaurant survive if they only served food that was popular last century? Anyway, never mind centuries. Savelli and Modeste parted ways not even 10 years after their rise to fame. Then, Modeste passed away while he was still in his prime. And that was it. The end of the
That's
Hotel de
actually a
Boer's
really
era.
dark.
It
That's
fell into decline, and for most of its history, it was just a nondescript place with a couple of cheap tables. It's only in recent decades that it started recovering. Even then, it still took numerous relocations and changes of management before we finally ended up with Vanigem and the restaurant we have today.
Oh! So the Codex really isn't all that, then.
Okay,
Paimon
Paimon.
figured it was like one of those mystical books they have in Liue's martial arts novels, where the main character learns all their secret powers from.
Yes, well, that's fiction.
Yeah, it would have been
and
like cool if
is
the
reality.
cookbook thing
You
was
can't
her
beat
weapon.
the taste of modern diners by following
The
some
Codex
ancient
du
recipes
Bois,
from a dusty old
or
book.
whatever. Du Bois.
Case in point. Even the Gâteau de Boer they sell now is actually Escoffier's reimagination.
Wait, really? Why though? Didn't that recipe make it into the Codex?
It
Paimon.
did, but like I said, It's a dusty old book now, and the records aren't as legible as they once were. Not to mention that there's no way of finding the secret ingredient Modest wrote about. So, reimagination is right. I consulted some historical records and took what I could from the codex. But ultimately, the Gâteau de Bourg of today is my own recipe. As for why we gave it the same name and kept the tradition of only selling 16 slices a day, well, you've got Vanejem's business sense to thank for that.
Oh. Huh. Well, that kind of takes all the mystique out of it.
Hey now, it might not be the original Gâteau de Bourg, but it's still the most delicious cake in Fontaine today. And who knows? Maybe Escoffier's
Green
version
and
is more
Arlecchino
suited to
different
your
things, huh?
palate. Just think, if the original truly was the perfect cake you're imagining it to be, there's no way the recipe would have been lost to history, right? Not to mention that the Hotel de Bourg never would have fallen into a slump.
Anyway, before I left my role as head chef, I made a copy of all the recipes from the codex, including my own improved versions, and turned them over to Savannah.
So why is she so interested in the original copy? Could it be a symbolic thing? Like, whoever holds the original Codex de Bourg is the true head chef?
Well, it was clearly precious enough to give to Escoffier as a parting gift. Meanwhile, Savannah only got a copy. Maybe from her point of view, it's like management doesn't truly see her as being worthy of the role.
Yes, and to be honest.
You think so? The only thing is, it was her suggestion to gift me the original in the first place.
Oh.
Well, a joint decision by her and Vanegem. But still.
What? Huh. Guess she's had a major change of heart since she became head chef. Yeesh.
Who knows? We could speculate forever. Better to just let our Gâteau do the talking. It means besting her in this bake-off, and then getting her to explain herself, even if I have to beat it out of her with a spatula. However much she's changed since we worked together, I believe that she still has her chef's pride.
She really
And
doesn't.
if she respects the art,
Escoffier
she'll
is
respect
better,
the
I agree.
outcome of our content.
Well, I'm confident that you and your spatula can get justice for Froment. All you need to do now is win the contest. But that should be a breeze for you.
Let's not get too ahead of ourselves. Gâteau de Bourg is very complicated to make. Usually, it takes 3 chefs working in tandem to cover everything. Now, if I had to push it, I could probably do the work of 3 chefs myself. But I'd prefer to play it safe if I can find a couple of assistants in time.
Well, that's easy. The 3 of us are veterans in the kitchen. You just need to pick 2 of us.
Well, I have heard the Traveler is an accomplished cook, as well as a warrior. But be warned, I will hold you to exceptionally high standards. Think you're
Bring
up to
on
the
Gordon
task?
Ramsay.
Oh, count me in too. I've spent weeks perfecting my macarons after your scathing
Macaron.
review. Even if it means competing against the Traveler, so be it. I'll show you what I'm made of.
Sure, you will,
confident.
Navia.
I like it. Alright, let's start with some elementary mise en place. Show me your knife skills.
Mise en place. Some fancy terminology.
I've always called it chopping stuff up, not mise en place. But it's basically the same thing, right?
Oh, Navia. Looks like you found that easier than I expected.
It's just... Alright.
Yeah, thankfully it was pretty straightforward in the end. You made it sound like we'd be carving statues out of fruits or something.
Well, brace yourself, because the next step is anything but straightforward. I'll be using this
Sure.
cold press to extract flavor compounds from the ingredients. A kind of special food processor I got the Fontaine Research Institute to make for me. It uses cold temperature extraction to isolate the essence of cooking ingredients, which can then be used to flavor dishes more precisely. But this is a standard kitchen equipment, so that probably didn't make a whole lot of sense. Let me give you a demonstration instead.
Master the cold press.
Custom-made equipment from the Fontaine Research Institute, huh? That's some pretty high-tech food prep. Paimon's never used anything this weird before. Cool.
Come on, shut up.
And done. These are the flavor compounds extracted from our ingredients. I processed all the fruit you chopped up earlier.
Wow! Even the smell is so much more concentrated.
Absolutely not! Throwing everything in at once will ruin the balance of flavors. We have to go slowly and carefully to calibrate the exact flavor we want. I'll demonstrate again. Now, watch closely.
Eat master. Flavor. Strike a balance between fruity and floral.
Slowly and carefully.
Okay, so if we want to balance, we're gonna want 4 floral. Does that mean add 3 sweet? Alright.
And voila! Now it's your turn. Not
Yeah.
terrible.
Fair.
Considering this
Me
was
too, though,
everyone's first
honestly.
time blending flavor extracts, it could have been worse. But the Traveler's work was surprisingly good. Are you sure you've never done this before? You got, that goes without saying.
Humble
Still,
much?
credit where credit's due. You did well. Alright, now for the part I've been looking forward to. I want each of you to cook something from the Hotel du Bois' current menu. I'll judge your submissions and give you a final score.
Ooh.
That's right. The true test of your cooking skills is the finished product. It'll be good practice for the contest itself. Now get to it. Chop chop! How's it going?
Hold on. I have 79 of those, so.
Look at that! With the grace of a snow-winged goose, as I like to say. Now, let the grating commence.
Pretty good, right? Not to brag or anything, but Paimon's a bit of a connoisseur when it comes to le food.
I need you to shut up,
6
Paimon.
points.
What? Oh, well,
Oh.
fair enough. Paimon
Fair
doesn't
enough.
cook all that often, so as long as it's a pass.
That's 6 out of 100.
What?
You say you're a connoisseur, but it's quite clear from this dish that you have far more experience consuming food than creating it. By that logic, I suppose you think listening to Lady Farina on repeat every day would make you an opera singer.
You should be roasting her.
Oh, me next, me next. I'll have you know that this batch of macarons has 2 whole tablespoons
Macaron.
less sugar than my previous ones.
So you went from 12 tablespoons to 10? Well, it's nice to know you actually measured it out. Because it tastes like you just threw in whatever was left in the jar. 6 points.
He's not holding any punches.
Now to the final dish.
So, what do you think?
This is our last hope.
8 points.
Darn! That's barely higher than what we got.
Not exactly. The color is spot on. Beautiful aroma. Excellent presentation. I have to give this one 8 points out of 10. Maybe even 9 points.
What? How did you pull that off?
Doing it for 5 years, Paimon.
Don't get me wrong. There's room for improvement. But still, this is clearly the work of an accomplished chef. I can tell that you've put many hours of work into honing your skills in the kitchen. I can really taste the grace of the snow-winged goose in this dish. The traveler's journey, with all its trials, tribulations, and setbacks. Not to mention the frustrations of having a picky eater for a partner.
Hey, you
I don't think she's a picky eater.
No way did you taste that!
Eats everything.
Well, it looks like
All
I
right.
lost fair and square. I guess you'll be taking the Traveler as one of your assistants then?
But if it takes 3 chefs, that still leaves 1 slot remaining. Maybe Paimon and Navia should keep practicing and see how it goes?
Chef Escoffier.
Oh, thank God.
Oh,
He's
it's
anyone but
Lynn.
Paimon.
What brings you here?
I heard the news about the cooking contest. You're doing Gâteau de Bois, right?
That voice
I
says
was
not
just
match that body,
wondering
but
if you
okay.
needed any help?
Huh. And you think you're up to the task, do you?
Oh, no, I know I'm not there yet. It's actually my dad who wanted to help.
Firma, last I heard, you could barely get out of bed.
Chef Escoffier, Navia, Traveler, thank you all so much for everything you're doing for me and my family. I've had enough of sitting around at home while you run yourselves ragged. If you let me, I'd like to help you win this cooking contest.
Yeah, I was gonna say the same.
The fact is, I'm a fine chef, despite recent events. I've proven myself in the Hotel de Bois kitchen, so if anyone's qualified to work under Chef Escoffier, it's me. I think. I mean, I hope so.
Firma, have you even set foot in a kitchen since leaving Hotel de Bois?
I have not, but I'm fully rested now. I know I can handle it. I'll prove it. Let me whip something up for you right now. Huh? That's strange. Why are my hands shaking?
Ice knife.
What do you call this, Firma?
I can't seem to grip my knife.
Do it again! 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 Hopeless. Get out of my kitchen yesterday.
Dad, what's wrong?
I don't understand.
He does not sound
I
like
was
a child.
feeling so much better.
He
and
really
then
does not.
Will I never be able to work in a kitchen again?
Probably not.
Dad, talk to me.
Let me do
What
harsh.
happened?
I think the real issue here is not physical exhaustion, but psychological trauma.
Monica, when did you get here?
Probably because you were all concentrating so hard on your cooking. I didn't want to interrupt your flow.
KFC ass
anyway,
outfit.
Firma, I'm so sorry. If only I'd known how serious your situation was,
He does. He
I
sounds
would
like
have
a
stood
full
up for you
man.
sooner.
Not like a
Nothing to apologize for,
child.
Monica.
That's weird.
During those long nights of redoing every
I don't know.
order, you were the only person who looked out for me.
Oh,
Boy, it was
come
wild on this
All I
update.
did was make you some tea. I doubt it was much help. Savannah was so ruthless toward you. I probably should have brought you something stronger.
She sounds like the worst. All right, another Savannah horror story. Let's hear it.
She's been getting harsher and harsher on us ever since she heard about Escoffier's new role in the Fleuve Cendre. Seems like no matter what we make, she'll find something wrong with it.
What is this? It looks like a dog's been at it! In the trash now!
Maybe you should be in the
Then
trash.
She orders us to redo the dish again and again, but we never know what's going to make her happy.
Nothing.
Do it again! Do it again! Do it again!
Every time you remake it, you just get another earful from her.
Either straighten yourself out or get out of my kitchen!
Well, that's impossible.
So now, it seems like just picking up a kitchen utensil gives me flashbacks of her yelling at me.
Oh man, that must be awful.
The more I want to get it perfect, the more my hands shake, and the more scared I am of making another mistake.
How can you give up so easily, Fiamma? You weren't a quitter when you were working for me. And even under Savannah, you talk about working late into the night trying to perfect your dishes. That says to me that you still hadn't lost that determination to prove yourself. What changed?
I don't know what's come over me. When I think back, I just remember feeling like my heart and my hands were growing heavier and heavier as the shift went on.
Like, look at that
Each time
outfit.
I had to redo
That is
a
like
dish,
KFC
my heart
ass
sank
outfit.
a little further. Maybe Savannah was right. Maybe I am just hopeless at this.
Dad.
I see. Well, it sounds like there are some deep issues at work here. Ones that won't be resolved by merely seeking compensation. I will win this contest, and after that, I encourage you to approach Savannah and talk this out.
But
Half the
what
time I
if you
swear she has
can't
a
find another
tinge
assistant
of an
in time?
Australian accent.
Clearly, I'm in no state to help out.
You think being one person short will ruin my chances? Let's not forget, I taught you and her everything you know. Even if I had to go it alone, I would present the perfect gâteau.
Oh,
Ghetto.
well, Paimon and Navia will still keep practicing, just in
For
case.
real.
And so will I.
So will
Yeah!
like
And if worse comes to worse, we can always get the
Kid.
Sina di Rosula to put out an emergency call for chefs.
yeah, I
There's
guess
gotta
it could be more
someone out
British.
there, right?
Actually,
I cannot do accents.
I thought maybe I could help. That's sort of why I'm here.
What? Why didn't you say so?
I was going to, but then, well, this is the first chance I got.
You do this for us? Thank you so much, Monica.
I need this
Alright,
kid to stop
fine
talking.
by me. But
I need him to
aren't you
stop
still
talking.
working for Savannah?
It's
Joining
tripping
the
me
other
up.
side seems like a guaranteed way to put your future employment in jeopardy.
I know, but it's all right. I've made up my mind. With the way things are, I can't keep working for Savannah much longer anyway. Unless I want to become the next Fermat.
Simmo.
I'm done with sucking it up. It's time to try and turn things around. If this cooking contest can get Savannah to see the error of her ways, then I'm sure she'll forgive me for this.
Well, Paimon didn't think we'd be poaching from Savannah's staff to get our third person, but there you go. Anyway,
This has been a very
Monica's
realistic story
professional chef,
quest.
so nothing could possibly go
Betrayal,
wrong now.
drugs,
Great. Then
and
it's settled. And to congratulate
poaching.
you all on making the team, I propose a Spina-sponsored meal to celebrate.
Spina sponsored? Wait, you mean I'm cooking?
Well, I promised the traveler a feast in the Fleuve Cendre. And I know how much you've been looking forward to it.
celebrate. I'm gonna make you do all the work. Navia's like a real corporate boss.
Alright, if you insist, then prepare for some of the finest food of your lives.
That does look banger though.
That's not a bad idea, actually. Wait, hold on. You need to finesse that.
That was a dream come true. Paimon never knew Fontanian cuisine could be this good.
Paimon, you think a rock would taste good?
Why, Savannah? Oh, nothing. I was just flicking through the original Codex de Boer. I wanted to see if there was anything I'm missing. Something I hadn't noticed before. That might explain why Savannah's so desperate to get her hands on it. But I can't find anything. It's just some hastily scribbled recipes in between diary entries from Modest's adventuring phase. And most of it's not even legible anymore. The copy I gave her not only has all the recipes in full, but even includes my own private tips and notes from years of experience. Surely that's infinitely more useful than this old thing. Yeah, maybe. Still, it's just hard for me to imagine that the Savannah I knew would go to all this effort just to make a point. We were. At least I always thought we were.
Love her
She
like
was a
design.
little
It's
shy,
so
but
unique.
meticulous
It
with
doesn't feel
everything and
Genshin, but it
everyone she
also
dealt
does
with.
at the same time.
She made a
I don't
few
know.
mistakes here and there, but she was quick to correct them whenever they were pointed out. Those qualities are why I recommended her to replace me as head chef. I never imagined for 1 second that she'd cause Fiamma and the other staff so much grief. Well, I mean to an extent, of course.
Oh, she's
I
a little
pushed
hard
hard
on
for
her
her to
hand.
get the role. And the idea that she turned out like this because of me is difficult to come to terms with. I wonder if this is how Modeste felt back when he was writing the Codex.
Speaking of Modeste, didn't he have a falling out with someone as well?
Yes, with his good friend and co-founder of the Hotel de Boer, Savelli. The story goes that after Modeste unveiled his Gâteau de Boer and was
Gâteau
hailed
de
as
Boer.
a culinary genius, he was admired and adored by all. But his newfound fame slowly drove him and Savelli apart. Unlike Modeste, whose every new creation was an instant hit, Savelli seemed to face setbacks every turn. Doors that would swing wide open for Modeste would shut in Savelli's face. And with Modeste being whisked off to all manner of functions by his celebrity friends, he had less and less time to discuss the culinary arts with Savelli. People started gossiping about Savelli, and their relationship between the two gradually soured.
So what happened to them ultimately?
Everything came to an abrupt end when Modeste, still in the prime of his life and still hailed as a genius, suddenly died from an acute illness. And that was it. They neither had a decisive split, nor got the chance to properly reconcile. Their story just came to an end.
Oh, that's actually
One rumor
tragic.
had it that Savelli actually killed Modeste out of jealousy, even as the latter was hoping to make amends.
Well, that's the question. Is it true?
Unlikely. It's a popular theory, but there's no real basis for it. At least there are no records of Savelli ever being convicted of a crime. Still, beyond a point, there's no way of knowing what truly happened in the past. All we can do is try to make sure the present doesn't quite go as badly. And that's why I have to win this contest tomorrow. Then get the truth about everything that's been going on, even if it means cracking her open like a nut.
I am too dirty-minded for this.
You're right about that. Just follow my lead,
Would be
and
a celebrity
victory
into that.
will be ours.
Or like movie stars. Closest would be like Genshin. Ooh. Celebrities. I mean, Farina is an opera singer, pop star type thing. Barbara's also a pop star. Like she's a pretty big celebrity. She's I assume. That's a good question, actually. Yeah, Farina is a singer. Barbara's a singer. A lot of these are like local celebrities. Like a lot of people know Verisa because she's an eating champion. Or her, she's a fitness coach. Huh. But like big celebrity. Good question. I mean, The Harbingers are like celebrities. In a way. They do like magic. Huh. Oh yeah, I guess Linny might, like Linny and Lynette, those two are kind of. Are there any others? Baiju's renowned for being a doctor. Huh. Oh, Nilu. Nilu also has two. Hmm. Yeah, that might be it. Yeah. Hmm. She's the acting Grandmaster of the Knights of Favonius. You consider like political leaders celebrities? Because in that way, like Jean and Ningguang could be celebrities. Ningguang probably is. She's the richest woman in all of Tibet. So there's probably actually quite a few. Yai's publishing novels are all pretty famous. Hmm. Until 12 the next day. Alrighty.
It's cooking contest day! To the Hotel de Boer! Toot sweet!
Did you hear the news? Escoffier's coming back for a cooking contest.
Question is who will be the judge? Can we trust them to be partial?
Mesdames et messieurs, welcome one and all to the
Parlez
Hotel de
French.
Bord and to this most exciting of cooking contests.
Savannah, I've brought the original copy of the codex you asked for.
Monica? Huh.
In the interests of fairness, this contest will be conducted in a double-blind format. Once the dishes are complete, they will be sent to the back of the kitchen where they'll each receive a label. The labels will be placed out of sight underneath the plates, only to be revealed after the judges have sampled them and reached a final verdict. This is to ensure that no one will know which dish is made by which contestant.
As one of the judges, I promise to be fair and impartial.
I don't know, Eloise.
When my meal got interrupted yesterday, I never thought this is how they'd make it up to me. Getting a seat on the judging panel is a pretty sweet deal.
Both contestants have taken their positions. Then, without further ado, let the Hotel de Bord cooking contest commence!
Ooh. Cooking. This actually is fun.
Monica, even the best chef in the world can't flavor their food without prepping the flavoring, right?
Alphonse, Gaspar, get to work. Do not disappoint me.
Looks like our two head chefs are raring to go.
That should be enough flavoring. Now hurry up and balance the...
Hey, so we do 6 here, 2 here. Boom. I love just her loading. Ooh, that does not sound good. Ah, never mind. I thought it was about to blow.
Come on, Escoffier! Come on, traveler!
Escoffier. Make the next layer of cake. Okay. This is weird seeing me actually seeing the traveler.
Alphonse! What are you playing at? That's not how I taught you to do it! Stop working around and do it again!
So aggressive.
Oh,
Hi. Oh. 2 fruity, 1 floral. Oh. This is a big cake.
So, what do you think?
It needs frosting is what I think. Not very aesthetically looking. Ah, we're not done. Oh, Jesus. 2 fruity, 2 floral.
Escoffier is already on the final step of the recipe. Let's check on Savannah's progress.
I think this flavor...
Oh, did I accidentally? I think I messed up. That's fine. Can I look at more? I can.
Enough! Oh, useless! Both of you! Make like an egg and beat it! Do it myself!
She's so aggressive. Yeah, that cake is giant. I want it. There's 7. But it could do 9. Yeah. That was a very convoluted way of doing that. Ooh.
You
Le
can't match
gâteau.
Scoffier's talent.
No one can. Except the traveler.
I present to you Gâteau de Boar.
The elemental burst. Oh, that looks so good. I want it. You're telling me...
That was perfect! We were like a flock of snowing geese, completely in sync, working gracefully and elegantly together. Great work, team.
Oh, thank you, Escoffier. So sweet.
Time's up! Contestants, please take your dishes to the back.
Huh. That guy was right. You really can't tell whose is whose just by looking at them.
We both made the same dish after all. For all her flaws, Savannah's a talented chef who earned my recommendation for good reason. She wouldn't screw up something as elementary as the cake's appearance.
Whoa! This is really rather good.
Wonderfully soft and fluffy. Beautifully sweet. This is a masterclass in how to make gâteau de bois.
I would give this one at least 9.9 out of 10.
That's
Only because
damn.
there's something about the flavor of the base. It's just a little different from the recipe I'm used to.
Huh? Really? I couldn't tell.
This one.
All right, on to gâteau number 2.
I love his voice.
I haven't had a single bite and already
Very
this aroma
fresh.
is a delight to the senses.
I have a feeling that this gâteau will be a gâteau for the ages.
How exciting! I'm gonna dig in.
The gato.
I think maybe someone got a little carried away when they were adding the sugar.
Not just the sugar, it's the flavors too. This is all over the place. Who made this?
It appears the decision is unanimous. This
Much happy
gâteau
hours.
is far below
I
the
would
standard we would expect.
Cry.
And Paimon thought this might actually be close. Turns out she can't bake to save her.
Something's not right here. Savannah may not be perfect, but no way is she this sloppy.
Is it
I
us?
can now declare that the creator of the first gâteau has won this cooking
It's gonna be
contest.
all of us, isn't it?
Now,
It's
all
gonna be a
that
sloppy, eh?
remains is to
It'll
turn
be
the plate
crazy.
over and reveal the chef's name underneath.
What? It's Savannah?
Did I forget?
No! That's impossible!
Did I mess up?
Hey, Savannah! You cheated, didn't you? You cheater! What did you do?
Call her out,
you swapped the
Paimon.
plates, didn't you?
Well, someone's a sore loser. These cakes went from the oven to the judges' table without me ever laying
don't trust
a
these
finger on
judges.
them. And everyone here can attest to that.
This is your
It's
restaurant.
Vanishem's staff who labeled them in the kitchen. If you're looking to accuse someone, why don't you start with them? Isn't it more likely that Escoffier's lost her edge? Oh, or maybe her assistants let the team down.
I'm gonna kick you.
You take that back!
Judges, we demand a rematch.
That's enough. What's done is done. As head chef, or rather as team lead, I take responsibility for the dish I served. Whatever went wrong and however it happened, I should have spotted it.
Sophia, you were too nice for your own good.
I didn't think you'd stoop this low just to beat me in a bake-off. What happened to your chef's pride?
Ooh.
I don't know what you're talking about.
If you want the Codex de Boer that much, you can have it.
Scoffier, no!
But you must promise me that you'll apologize to Firma and compensate him for everything you put him through.
It's a little late to be negotiating terms. The contest is over
I wanna
and
tell her.
I won. That means you owe me the Codex, and I owe you nothing.
Look, Savannah, you may have fooled everyone else, but can you really fool yourself?
Ooh.
What I'm offering is to accept defeat without looking to expose what you've done.
Did Monica betray us?
Only on the condition that you
No.
promise to stop putting so much pressure on your staff.
No.
Fine. I'll treat this as your final handover of duties from one head chef to the next. So, will that be all, ex-head chef? Or is there any other unfinished business you'd like to leave in my hands?
I didn't mean that to be a scolding from your former boss, just a word of advice from a fellow chef and a friend. But I don't know if you're even open to input from other people anymore.
I know what I'm doing. I don't need your advice.
All right,
think you do.
fine. I'm glad to hear it.
Escoffier?
The Codex de Boer. Finally. Now, at long last, I will succeed.
Escoffier? How could you let her get away with this?
Yeah! The Codex is a souvenir of your time here! Doesn't that mean anything to you?
It's all right. It was just a bake-off, not the end of the world. I'm already over it.
I don't believe you for a
Besides, it's
second.
not all bad. She agreed to compensate Firma. That's mission accomplished for the Spina. Honestly, if I'd have known that giving her the Codex would solve everything, I'd have just done that in the first place. I mean, what?
Yeah, I think so too. Partly, I'm sure she's devastated. But what's done is done.
No. No! This doesn't make any sense!
Huh?
That's it? No secrets. No nothing? I don't believe it. This can't be happening.
Oh, Chef Savannah!
Oh, you know,
Savannah?
let's just I think we should just leave her to her fate. TBH.
It's nothing life-threatening. Just a lot of pent-up
Aw.
stress and exhaustion.
I mean, I'm toxic. I'm so toxic.
Oh, I knew it.
Pent up stress?
The truth is, however hard she might be on the rest of us, the person she puts the most pressure on is herself.
Yes, there are nights when she makes us redo things over and over into the wee hours. But for her, it's every night. She'll hide herself away in the kitchen, working on new techniques and recipes, and only realize how long she's been at it when we come to work the following morning.
But why? Why would she do that?
Our best guess is she doesn't want to be seen as less of a chef than Escoffier.
And there it is.
Even so, that's no excuse for taking her anger out on the rest of you.
Yeah, and it's definitely
Yeah,
no
it's really
excuse
not.
for cheating in the cooking contest.
I mean,
About that, we honestly have no idea how she did it. We were focused on our own work the whole
I
time.
wonder if
like
Escoffier did it.
chance.
I don't know.
Leone and Algalia were the ones I
It's
tasked
either
with
Monica
cleaning
betrayed
the
us or
cakes.
Escoffier just
I've
didn't
already
care.
spoken to them both. They're at a loss to explain it too.
I don't know.
Not to worry. Come on, join me downstairs. I'll interrogate the guilty gâteau myself.
Interrogating your food. To be honest, I just love Escoffier. Her design and her personality are amazing.
Well, how is it? Have you figured out what it was?
Oh, this has aggravated assault on my palate. I'd rather eat wet cement than this.
That's
Is
just
it really
evil,
that
wow.
bad? I made sure to taste test it before it was served.
Oh, relax. This isn't your cake. Savannah never switched the plates.
She really does have some
The
kind of
offending
accent.
flavors are coming from in between the icing and the cake base, which means someone tampered with it while it was being made. Or in other words, we have a traitor in our midst.
Yep. Knew it. Called it. Monica, why?
I'm sorry. I was forced into it. It was Chef Savannah. She said if I didn't cooperate, she would...
Calm
Never trust the
down,
KFC
Monica.
outfit.
I already accepted defeat. And if I wanted retribution, I would have brought this up when the results were announced. Whatever's going on with you, just spill the beans. There's no need to hide it.
I was the one who caused the food safety incident that one time.
You were the one who put the drugs in the food?
Wait, you mean the Lumaline incident? So you procured the contaminated ingredients?
Oh my god.
I think so.
KFC
Savannah
where
and
the
I
drugs
were on
happen.
Procurement that day. I didn't check everything as well as I should have, and so I let contaminated ingredients make it into the kitchen. But I swear I didn't do it on purpose. I
I
had
don't-
no idea there was an issue with them, and I didn't know it would end up with Escoffier going to jail. But
Poor
the last thing I
Escoffier.
expected was for Savannah to use it as leverage to blackmail me with.
This is crazy! So Savannah pressured you into sabotaging Escoffier's cake by threatening to expose your secret if you didn't?
Kind of genius.
No, it's terrible. I'm so sorry. I was so scared. The thought of Chef Escoffier finding out that I put her in jail, it made me freeze up with fear. I thought Escoffier would hate my guts if she ever found out, and yet somehow that's ended up in me doing something.
So you thought
even
she would
worse.
hate her gut? Or okay.
Seriously? All this fuss over a little slip up?
First of all, I love Escoffier, but that logic is terrible. If she finds out that I sent her to jail, she's gonna hate me. So I'm just gonna sabotage her cooking contest. No, girl. You poor, poor soul.
Huh?
Firstly, it's not like I got a life sentence. I did my stint at the fortress, and now I'm out. And secondly, I had
She
my own
really
reasons for
does
leaving the
not care.
Hotel de Boer. This wasn't the only factor. So you don't need to feel ashamed or frightened or anything like that. Any more than you need to add butter when you're pan-searing foie gras.
You mean you forgive me?
You probably shouldn't,
Well,
but
I'm not saying you don't have to take responsibility for your mistakes. You should tell Vanagem to mark down your performance for the past few months. Then do some digging and find out exactly where those contaminated ingredients came from. Sure, you've made mistakes, but now's the time to fix them. Understood?
Understood.
Good. Now, back to Savannah. What about the original codex would compel her to resort to blackmail?
I have my suspicions. Not that I've got any proof to back them up, though.
yeah.
Ugh. What happened to me?
You're a
I've
snake.
overheard some
That's what
customers
happened.
murmuring about how the Hotel de Boer hasn't been the same since Escoffier left. They think our menu doesn't taste like it used to, especially.
Now that you mention it, I noticed it during the contest too. I couldn't put my finger on it, but the flavor seems subtly
The
different
flavor.
from how it used to be. But the difference was so small, I'm sure no one would notice it besides our most loyal customers and true dessert connoisseurs.
Still, as head chef, it's easy to see why Savannah would get so hung up on it. So many times I've seen her make the cake base over and over again, late into the night, determined to match Escoffier's version. But something's always slightly off every time.
Yeah, I've noticed that too. Never really gave it much thought, though.
Thinking back on it now, it's clear that Savannah's been in a downward spiral ever since Escoffier left.
I just don't think any
She
of you
wants
cared.
to prove that she can fill
Which-
Escoffier's shoes.
fair.
That's gotta be the reason.
I don't blame you.
But after countless setbacks, she's getting more and more unhinged. And at some point along the way, she switched from doubting herself to doubting Escoffier.
Doubting Escoffier? For what?
Yeah, it would explain why she was bent on getting the original at any cost. She must have thought Escoffier purposely omitted key details from her recipes when she copied them out. Also, she could retain her place as the #1 chef in Fontaine, the only one privy to all the secrets of the trade.
Oh, for goodness sake. What a stupid idea.
Of course. Then she finally got the codex only to discover that the secret recipes she's been pining for don't exist at all. Seeing how utterly wrong she was must have been a real shock to the system. It probably brought up everything at once. It overwhelmed her, and she passed out.
There's still one thing that doesn't make sense, though. If Savannah had the real recipe all along, how come it tasted different? She might not be on the same level as Escoffier, but surely after like 50 attempts, she'd get it right one of those times.
Paimon holding no punches. That is
Geniuses like
ruthless.
Escoffier are in a league of their own.
New head chef, you say? What's her name? I don't think I've heard of her before.
I wonder, can the Hotel de Boer keep its edge without Escoffier at the helm?
I do feel a little bad.
This tastes different from last time. Is it undercooked or something?
Take this. It's a copy of the Codex de Boer. From now on, you will be its keeper. Don't listen to the doubters. If I say you can do it, then you can do it. Even if you don't believe in yourself, at least believe in me. Hey, did you hear me? Once I'm gone, the restaurant is all yours.
So I'm going to just decide to capitalize on that, Savannah?
I've been blaming other people, but maybe I'm the problem.
You are. I most assuredly can guarantee that you are. Get your life back on track.
I sincerely apologize for putting everyone out. Savannah's awake now, but I don't think she's ready to speak to anyone yet. Let's give her the day to calm down. I'm sure you'll have the chance to talk everything out tomorrow.
In that case, I'll go and update for Ma and his family. I wonder what he'll make of all this.
So, we'll come back tomorrow then.
That was a long day. I think I've earned myself a sweet treat when I get back home.
Oh, nice! Macarons? Or are you gonna switch it up this time?
Traveler, how much do you know about the snow-winged goose? Every year they migrate long distances in search of a suitable home. There's always one goose at the front whose job is to lead the flock. Fontaine poets often use the image of that goose to explore the ideas about leadership and genius. They usually imagine someone who's a cut above the rest, a model of perfection. But what those poets don't know is that during a migration, the lead goose is always changing. Once the lead goose shows signs of fatigue, it retreats to the back of the flock and allows another goose to take its place. So the truth is that leadership, with all the responsibilities and pressures that come with it, it's something that everyone takes turns at. But we humans completely miss that fact when we project our own ideas about social hierarchies onto them. I guess what I'm saying is, I don't buy into this notion that there's some sort of gulf between normal and genius. Cooking is a science, not magic. Given the same ingredients, same recipe, and same environment, I see no reason why two different people shouldn't be able to create the exact same dish. Of course, some people have a more sensitive palate than others, and some people are just born bolder or more conscientious. But these are all variables that can be accounted for with time and practice. I'd have no reason to expect so much from others if I believed that perfection can only come from the hands of a genius. The only reason I hold people to high standards is because, well, I believe they're capable of greatness. Okay, I've made up my mind. I'm gonna get to the bottom of why Savannah failed. And come tomorrow, I'll give her the scolding of her life, pointing out all the mistakes she's made along the way. Then she'll finally see the error of her ways.
Okay, 5 o'clock. Good there. Look for a Scaffier. Look for myself.
Why are we here so early? Our meeting with check on her? Why? What happened? Oh no, Escoffier!
Oh my god. That's a lot of ghetto.
I'm fine. Just need to get some more coffee in me. Huh? What happened to my coffee? Did I really drink it all? Alright. Thanks. I appreciate it.
Well, there's cooking facilities here. Or we could just grab a cup of coffee from Cafe Lutece, but either way, hurry!
Coffee.
He's my spirit animal. Wait, why do these count? These aren't coffee. Yes, a coffee in it.
Strong, bitter coffee beans, transformed through expert brewing and balanced perfectly with rich, creamy steam milk. Wonderful. I feel much better now. Thank you so much, Traveler and Paimon.
Glad to hear it. But make sure to catch up on your sleep when you get the chance.
I think I figured out where the problem lies. Honestly, it's ridiculous. I don't know whether to laugh or cry.
Wait, what investigation? What are you guys talking about?
I'll save it for when everyone else gets here. It's so stupidly small. I can't believe it's caused so much drop. Yes, except my failures were stepping stones to success.
Escoffier, have you seen Savannah?
Huh? No, not since yesterday. Why? What's wrong?
After seeing her home yesterday, we were all a little concerned about how she was doing. So, I dropped by her place early this morning to check on her. Only to find an empty house with the doors wide open. I left Alphonse and the others to keep watch at her home, while I checked the Hotel de Bord. I'm worried something bad might have happened. If she's not here, Then where could she be?
Boss, Escoffier, bad news.
Alphonse? You're supposed to be keeping watch at Savannah's house.
Oh god.
We were, but then, just after you left, we found this stuff in her house.
Oh, looks like a map with a bunch of random places circled.
She a drug
What
dealer.
does it mean?
Wait a second. This feels familiar. I'm sure these places are all connected somehow.
I think she's a drug dealer.
Of course, from the Codex. They're all places that Modest explored on his
Oh.
adventures.
Maybe I just have two little faces in them.
Yeah, but I don't understand. The adventure logs in the Codex are too fragmented to be of any use. How come this map shows all the missing details?
The Codex de Bord? Then this place marked in red out at sea. Could that be the fabled birthplace of Gâteau de Bord?
Seriously? So now she set her sights on finding the original recipe and beating Escoffier that way? Geez, Savannah. Anything to overcome a gâteau plateau, huh?
Ugh, idiot! Does she have a death wish? Those ruins are thousands of years old.
Hold on, there's more. Besides the map, we also found these letters.
It was you. You let the Lumaline through, didn't you? It sounds like a threat letter. Does this mean that Savannah was responsible for the safety incident? And not Monica after all?
Retrieve the Codex by any means necessary. So the cooking contest and the cheating. Someone else was behind her pulling the strings?
She's keeping the true recipe to herself.
Ugh, this is all such a mess. Paimon needs a second to process this.
Oh, hush, Paimon.
First, we thought that Savannah forced Monica to cheat in the cooking contest. But now, it turns out that someone else forced Savannah to force Monica to cheat.
This is making my head spin. I'm a little too stupid for this. Beneath the sea.
You're finally here. Of course. I should have put two and two together as soon as I read your threat letter. The food safety incident, the demand for a cooking contest, the instruction to blackmail Monica, even the suggestion that Escoffier was keeping secrets from me. It was all part of your grand plan, wasn't it, Monica?
Okay. So wait. Monica was having Savannah frame Monica
We should be getting close to the spot marked on the map.
for framing Savannah or for framing Escoffier.
She's done this really takes the cake. The moment we find her, I'm gonna curse the living daylights.
And now we're going under the sea. I think I'm confused. Royally confused. But I guess we'll see. Yeah. I guess so. They just want to make my head spin. I'm a little too stupid. But yes, Monica is the villain. I told you, never trust the KFC looking ass outfit. KFC, like, no. I'm gonna get, like, sued for slander. What do we crazy? Ooh. Where are we? This looks a lot like Romaria. Which makes sense.
Whoa, this place looks like an underwater restaurant, doesn't it? Suddenly, the idea of an adventure chef finding secret ingredients makes a whole lot more sense.
I think Modest's Codex mentioned this place. A public bath from the time of Romaria.
Okay, so it's from Romaria.
So yeah,
Makes
definitely
sense.
the kind of place that would have served food and drinks.
Aww.
Some blubber beasts
Blubber
that
beasts.
during the party? How did they get here?
I love them. They're so cute.
Aw, they ran off.
That could be easier said than done. Something's blocking the entrance.
I wonder why Monica.
Well, did Modeste mention it in his adventure logs by any chance? They must have gotten through somehow.
Good point. Yes.
Is Monica
right.
just playing
coming
like
back
4D
to me
chess?
We prepared a banquet for our shy little guests, and as the food flowed away on the current, they broke into a joyous chorus, and the path opened to us.
Were we just feeding them? I'm down.
We have to feed the blubber beasts? With what? There's nothing here besides rocks, romaritime flowers, and lumitoil. See, this is why you should always bring snacks. You never know when you're
Shut up,
gonna need
Paimon.
them. Now we have to head all the way back to shore and grab some.
You would have brought some, you would have
There's
eaten
no
them.
time for that. Romaritime flowers and lumitoil will have to do. They may not look appetizing to us, but who knows? They could be blubber beast delicacies.